things encapsulated on today's agenda to look at, but invite someone to listen along with you because it's about time that you listen to activities from the big lawmaking house in Liberia. Welcome back to the program, wherever you are. Great time together here. We're back here, guys. It's about time that we tell our people about the workings of the Honorable House of Representatives.
Oh, yes. It's a wonderful time being here again. I know last week we were here to talk about a couple of issues from the Honorable House of Representatives. And so we are here today to bring you more of those conversations on Capitol Hill. Too many things are happening that you need to know about. And the only place you can get the accurate information from is just on this platform.
Right. So during the course of the week, we had on Monday the official launch of the Joint Legislative Committee on Public Accounts, Audit and Expenditure, launching public hearings into the Auditor General's report. We're talking about over 180 reports have been released so far from the General Auditing Commission. And so the legislature, as a way of promoting transparency and accountability, of course, Yaga, you know that it is intimated that one who comes with equity should come with clean hands.
Yes, very well.
So the legislature now is looking at these reports. So the Public Accounts Committee, from both the end of the Senate and that of the House, making out the joint committee chaired by my Gibi County District 5 representative on the Clarence Guard. Well, this hearings was being launched. The first one was on yesterday. We saw a couple of people coming, appearing, the Public Works Ministry, the National Disaster Management, the LORC, they came up. It was interesting to know that a lot of things have been happening.
Yeah, so very well. I know it all started with the official opening, graced by the Honorable Speaker and colleagues of the legislature, specifically the Liberian Senate, also having the Senate pro tempore in attendance. But like you said on yesterday, was the official start of the public hearings into the Auditor General's report. And in a couple of those reports, like you highlighted on yesterday, you had 3 entities of the government in appearance. You had the ministry, you talk about the Ministry of Public Works in attendance, and so they were there to talk about other reports from the Auditor General's report that has been submitted to the Honorable House of Representatives. You had the Disaster Management Agency also in attendance, and of course the LOIC, they were also in attendance, and it was a ceremony that saw cross-cutting conversations across the table. Members of the committee, the Public Accounts Committee, thanks to the Joint Committee Chair, Representative Clarence Guide of my Gibi County. He was ably coordinating the affairs. The Senate, you had Senator Amara Conan, Senator Bezongal Milton Finley, Senator Darius DeLon, Boto Conan, Senator, they all were in attendance, and a full house representing the PSC committee from the Honorable House of Representatives were also in attendance, and you had the public also in attendance, monitoring
civil society
organizations, the media, all in attendance to understand what definitely is this audit report that the PAC is conducting hearings into.
Right, and so we will give you stacks from the first day of the hearing. Of course, it was shocking to know that sometimes if people siphon government resources, you ought to be able to repay. All right, and so that one called restitution. And so from the end of the Ministry of Public Works, the committee did tell the PIU unit, the Project Implementation Unit of the Ministry of Public Works, to remit some funds in government covers. It was wrongly being done, and so we will bring that to you. But let's give you some quick update from Up Capitol Hill from the House of Representatives. The House Committees on Internal Affairs, National Security, Judiciary are probing influx of illegal immigrants, and so the House of Representatives have instructed the relevant committees to probe allegations of illegal influx of Buchanan Bees in Liberia is happening in the southeast. Um, this communication was written by Plebo Surican District Number 2 Representative Honorable Anthony F. Williams. And he informed plenary that uh, these people, the Buchanan Bees, have taken over Grand Juliet area in Maryland, in River G and those areas. So he quit the indulgence of plenary to have the Entrepreneur LLC boss, Mr. Patrick Wosi, the LIS head, former Senator Steve Zago, and the Internal Affairs Minister to appear and tell us where we are with the issue of the influx of Buchanan Bees in Liberia.
Yes, it has been a long conversation, a long having Burkina Bees come to the corridors of Liberia. In line with the treaty signed, it is important to have cross-border trading and transportation from one point to another, but it also calls for legality. So Representative Antonin F. Williams of Maryland County is concerned that you cannot have the influx of those individuals, specifically Burkina Bees, to come to Liberia and you don't have proper documentation.
Right. He was even cleared during his discussion in plenary that sometimes they take over the streets in his review or toast time. He said they take over the street with collectors in their hand.
Yes, because they don't have the formal understanding of how the workings in Liberia is. And so it's difficult to have those individuals come to the country and they wouldn't want to be law abiding. This is a country of law. So he's concerned not to have or instill fears in the minds of people there in southeastern Liberia. It's important to have the relevant authorities cited so that they will come to the drawing board to ensure that how people are entering our country, the corridors of our country. Will talk about how porous our borders are. But again, we have to mend our borders so that people who are coming in will have proper information or documentation about those individuals and they ought to be law abiding. That's
Right.
what he's saying.
Right. Good news for the people of Margibi County. Good news for them. The Senate concurred with the House of Representatives on the establishment of Margibi University. Of course, before we had it as a Haber College. And so through the instrumentality of Margibi District Number 2 Representatives under Alpha Kokolo Jones, he wrote that communication for the seeking to have an act to repeal the 2012 act that created the Haber College and to establish in lieu thereof Margibi University. And so after the passage from the House of Representatives, it went over to the Senate, and the Senate has concurred with the House of Representatives. So good news for our people in Margibi County. Now Haber College now is Margibi University. Good news.
Yes, so if you have been in Haber and you know that you're in Haber, you have had a community college responding to the educational needs of young people there. We can safely say to you that ever since a communication or a bill submitted by Representative Arthur Jones of Margibi County District 2 surfaced on the floor of the Honorable House of Representatives, that instrument was passed and forwarded to the Liberian Senate for concurrence, because that is the legislative politicking. You must have the instrument come from one side to the other side, and then you must meet concurrence. And so the Liberian Senate thought it wise that it is important to elevate the Haber Community College up to a full degree granting institution.
Right.
And
So
yes,
you don't have to come Monrovia, you just remain there and get your bachelor's.
Those were issues highlighted in the bill by Representative Arthur Jones. He was concerned about how people will leave from Margibi County, specifically Haber, also come to Monrovia, the economic constraints that they go
You
through.
go to UMU or UL, AMU.
In fact, the first thing he was concerned about is lodging. Before you talk about feeding,
Right.
then you talk about medication, and how do you earn school fees to go to school? So, considering all of the impediments that students from Margibi County were faced with in Montserrat County or Monrovia specifically, he thought that it was important now to elevate the Habitat Community College, like the Grand Bassa Community College that has a university status now, to also elevate the Habitat Community College to a university status. And good for the people, your community college is now a university. So you don't have to panic, you don't have to worry to come to Monrovia in order for search or in order to obtain higher education. You can just remain there and go to school because that's your terrain. You understand the terrain. You know how to move in when you're hungry from school. You know how to get something. So you will stay there now and go to school. Other people who are along Montserrat, the rural side, you can go to Hardall and have a bachelor degree. You can come from Grand Bassa. If you want to attend and you don't want to go to the Grand Bassa University, you can also come. But it's there for neighboring counties as well.
Still with more updates of Capitol Hill. The Honorable House of Representatives has requested its Committee on Gender, Health, and Judiciary to review a proposal seeking amendment to Chapter 14, Subchapter D of a bill entitled Anti-Homosexuality Law of Liberia 2024. And so this amendment seeks to create a new section 14.8, making homosexuality a criminal offense in Liberia. And so the latest decision by the House on Thursday, today, 18 July 2024, was based on a communication emanating from River G District Number 3 Representative Honorable Johnson S.N. Williams. And so he said, look, the bill, when amended, will fulfill Article 5B of the 1986 Liberian Constitution, which states that the Republic shall preserve, protect, and promote positive Liberian culture and ensuring the traditional values which are compatible with public and national progress and adopted and developed as an integral part of the growing needs of the Liberian people.
Yes, Representative Williams of River G County is of the view that Liberia is quote unquote what people would term as a Christian state. And given the religious affiliation or the religious dominance in the country, he thinks that it is important now to have a bill that will forbid man to man, coming in close contact. So he submitted the instrument to plenary on today, and they've said to him, let's take this to committee and let's review it to ensure that when we come back, then we can act upon it. So yes, there is already a bill before the Honorable House of Representatives that is saying to the members and considering the constitutional analysis like Director Haynes read, it's going to be a bill that you will not have that kind of thing happening. Look, we don't want to hear, and so let's pull it on the book so that all our children who are coming up will know that this thing doesn't have a space in the Liberian corridor.
So we'll go quickly to the hearing today. The hearing on yesterday, the first hearing of the Auditor General report. It will shock you to know that the Public Works Ministry, particularly the Project Implementation Unit, the finance officer is to remit into government revenue United States dollar 1.5 million. So let's have the chairman, let's have the interaction here with the Minister of Public Works and the committee chairperson.
Tax exempt. Therefore, the contracts of our staffers, consultants, contractors signed, rather consultants and contractors signed under the grant did not include provision for tax deduction. This matter has been raised across the projects under the World Bank in Liberia. Discussions of this matter continue between the World Bank and the government at high level without closure to date. Now, in response to your questions specifically, I will refer you to the aid memoir, the basis upon which we included in here that the discussion is still ongoing. And that aid memoir is dated September 17 to 20, 2018. Under point 23, it reads, Liberia Revenue Authority plans.
You did submit a copy of that to us.
It's among the supporting documents. The Liberia Revenue Authority plans to impose corporate taxes on the concessionaire as per Liberian legal requirements. The duties will be applicable to vehicles, machinery, construction material, and fuel. Construction material
But you are not in possession.
Ministry of Finance needs to confirm. Now, this is the most important part for which we continue to carry on managing the project. It says the Ministry of Finance needs to confirm its position on taxes on the project. This is critical as it may impact the prospective.
So there's some business. They want to give them more, right?
All right.
If they specify the area whether they to deduct taxes in accordance with the revenue code. And you said the finance minister needs to confirm.
These are the bonus speaking. I mean,
They want to give them more.
yes.
We ask you to give us evidence on why you exempted taxes. Because you are exempting the legislative functions now. So you have to provide those reasons why you exempted taxes. And you are still yet to explain. You said the Ministry of Finance needs to confirm. So error to the confirmation from Ministry of Finance. This is 2018. So they validate our argument that the 2008 letter signed should have it. So reference all to 2018, 2019, or 2020 tax exemption by the Ministry of Finance. We want to reference. So leave it really a reference to that.
Now, the reference that we can draw to that will be for major financing, particularly in the road sector and other sectors. The government will issue, the financing agreement is there, it is not specific as to what should happen. The government will issue its position as to how that particular contract should be managed. In a specific case of LIFRA, on the basis of that communication, since LIFRA was not the first work on the project, the transition from the previous went into LIFRA. The previous project, of course, was signed in 2008, when that letter was actually issued by the Ministry of Finance. So subsequent projects continue to carry out the vision of tax exemption.
So Mr. Witness, as of the 8th memoir of 2018, as of the 8th memoir of September 17, 2018, after this 8th memoir, did you receive any confirmations from the finance minister up to date confirming tax exemption?
Up to date, we have not received.
So on this basis, to close this issue, you acted on your own and you will be held liable to restitute this amount. So close on this issue.
Yeah, I want to follow up question.
We are close on this issue. So you'll be held liable to restitute 1,512,000. So you'll be held liable to restitute 1,512,000.
Of course, yes, that's coming up from the chairperson, John Chair, on public accounts expenditure and audit at the legislature. If you use phone government money, now the PIU officer is to be able to remit into government revenue $1.5 million plus dollars. Now, the House of Representatives has closed for its second quarter break. On the show this evening, we'll be having around the table Grand Bassa County Electoral District number 2 representative. But let's go in the chamber and break you. House Speaker Councillor J. Fonati Kofa gave his statistical report on the closure of the second quarter of the first section of the Honorable House of Representatives 55th Legislature.
It has been indeed a very interesting session. I continue to appreciate the work we do here. We continue to appreciate all the input we have. Sessions have not always been decorous, but it has always been productive. As we move to deal with our constituents and other matters, I hope that we reflect that upon our return, what we have listened to from one of our colleagues and what we did discuss at the retreat, that we found a way to keep sessions more stable so that the public who's following our deliberations can be able to go along, and so that the respect of our colleagues in this session will be paramount to all. We had 35 sittings. Bills passed were 4. Bills, resolution, and petition in committee room are 11. Total appearances were 21. Other communication, including communication on law, because of 71. The deputy speaker and I equally shared the gavel at 8. I turned the gavel over to the deputy speaker 5 times for a total of 21 presiding sessions. While we are away, the following persons will join leadership to conduct the business of the House and interact with the executive and the judiciary for coordination until such time that we return from our regular break or we are called back into session. Montserrat County, Honorable Priscilla Cooper. Grand Bassa, Honorable Thomas Bourgeois. Grand Gide, Honorable Jacob Denny. Grand Crew, Honorable Nathaniel Bali. Nima County, Honorable Jan Flomo. Bond County, Honorable Fode Famule. Lofa County, Honorable Julie Weir. Makibi County, Honorable Alba Jones. Maryland County, Honorable P. Mike Jury. Ruachi County, Honorable Alex Paul. Ruases County, Honorable Steve Tikwa. Simon County, Honorable Romeo Kuya. Bome County, Honorable Obadiah Varney. Papulu County, Honorable Luther Collins. Cape Mon County, Honorable Bintu Masale. The Public Accounts Committee, having commenced work on audits that were lingering and have now been submitted by the GAC, will continue its work while session is closed.
His House Speaker, Councillor J. Fonati Kofa there giving statistical report of the second quarter of the first section of the 55th legislature. Today, the House of Representatives has closed, and for the second quarter, they've been in session working diligently for the Liberian people. So, folks, let's hope you are there. We're here this evening telling you about the workings of the House. Today, we are going to be having around the table Grand Bassa County Electoral District number 2 representative. Her name is Honorable Clarence Banks. He here with us on this evening. We're going to chit chat on his legislative work. Some time ago, he was in the People's Republic of China. He went to do some great job there on behalf of his district. He's back home. When we had him the last time, he said he's not going to get a cat out of the bag here, guy. But I showed this evening he will certainly get a cat out of the bag so that the people of District number 2, Grand Bassa, get to know what was in store, yeah, guy?
Yes, I think he's going to let the cat out of the bag. There are a couple of issues that he will be discussing here this evening. And I know the people there in Grand Bassa District 2 are listening. I'm told that this broadcast, a number of radio stations in District 2 are relaying.
Well, great. So around the table this evening is my distinguished pleasure to go over to District 2 Representative Honorable Banks. He's known for the old man with the white hair in the legislature. Papa, good evening. How you doing?
Good evening.
You look all smiling.
I'm very grateful.
With a red necktie.
With a red necktie.
Always.
So great to have you this evening. What's the secret behind your been looking good every day?
Well, I got to look good for myself. I got to go look good to present the image of the legislature. I can be called at any time that the president wants to see me. So I always got to be ready.
Great. Wow. Now, today the legislature closed. Let us know from you your general perspective of the House.
In fact, it has been a 10 session. I think that's why he's
right.
coming at this time.
Right. So let's know your general perspective or how you saw the entire second quarter.
The second quarter was hectic.
Wow.
Despite it being hectic, we have done a lot of work for the Liberian people. And we will continue to do, though we are on vacation. But the country is the only thing at heart.
Let's move over. I can comment on this point. From this point, of course, how are the people there in District 2, Grand Bassa?
I can tell you that District 2 have long been looking for a leader. And it was not a mistake that they elected someone who will adequately represent them with great character.
Good to know about that. And the last time we were here, and I think Director Haynes will bear me witness, is this advocacy you've launched toward ensuring that the people there in District 2 can have rules that are applicable, and concession companies or those who are doing business in the district will live up to their corporate responsibility. Where are we with your advocacy in the legislature?
Thank you. For the 6 months that I've been within the legislature, one of the first issues I took up, among many, was against the logging company in my district. They have been taking millions and millions of dollars worth of logs. Even their social agreement, they have not done anything. Namely, WADI, the West African Forest Management Development, and LNS Resource Incorporated. Those two companies have been there over 5 years. Their social corporate agreement, they have done not a single one.
What do you think so?
The reason is poor representation of the district. When you have a government in the district that don't care for the citizen, they only care for themselves, that's exactly what happened. It's not just District 2 in Grand Bassa County. It's all over the country, because most representatives, previous government that has no concession, some of them were not very putting brakes on those companies.
And what are you doing now to ensure that maybe those who are operating within District 2 will live up to their corporate responsibilities?
The first thing I done 2 months ago, I stopped their trucks from going across.
Was it unilaterally or in line with your oversight responsibility?
In line with my oversight, because my citizen, my constituent, complained that their social corporate agreement were not met, but they were still taking logs. So I saw a reason to bring it to a pause, that we all sit around the table.
You're seeking dialogue.
Exactly, which I did with them. And just knowing that they confessed they had not done anything, not one of the social corporate agreement. So then I saw it necessary to use my oversight, so that the citizen will benefit what is entitled to them.
Did you dialogue adequately in finding redress to those issues?
I did. One of the things I've done in that issue, because I did stop their trucks from operating, taking logs, FDA managing director, who saw it necessary without investigating to find out whether it's true or not, went directly to the Speaker of the House, complaining that I stopped the trucks for those logging company.
When the people feel aggrieved, they must seek redress. Something of such kind.
The citizens of District Number 2 have the resources.
Okay.
And we should enjoy the fruit of our resources. The companies are making money. We too should be able to benefit something from those companies. If they take, we also should receive.
Right. So as a result of the complaint taken to the Speaker by the FDA, there was a committee set up by the Speaker and to probe the matter. And so plenary on the 18th of June endorsed those recommendations to curb the YAFDI concession missteps. And so they endorsed several recommendations geared towards improving the operations of the West Africa Forestry Development Incorporated, situated in your district. And so the decision was reached as a result of the report for agriculture, forestry, and fishery that was set up by the Speaker. And so this a formal complaint was being filed through the concession review committee by Wadi. And so they accuse you, Representative Banks, of obstructing their functions and activities, thereby causing loss to their revenue. And so the committee now recommended that Wadi, the management of Forestry Development Authority, FDA, the Finance and Development Planning Ministry, the LRA, in keeping with Chapter 3, Section 3.1A and B and 4.1 of the 2006 National Forestry Reform Law, to provide information as to whether or as to what obtaining as it relates to this West Africa Forestry Development Incorporated operations.
Have they provided the information?
They did. One of those things they did was the companies are requested for the memorandum of understanding, which they provided. When my office looked through the memorandum of understanding, all the social agreement, example, Wadi should have built a clinic and 2 schools, elementary schools.
In District 2.
In District 2. They have not done it. The manager said they only have 80 bags of cement on the ground. You're talking about 5 years.
5 years.
I asked the LNS Resource Incorporated, who is the second
concession company
in their logging. They're supposed to build so many miles of roads to market, to the farmers market.
To market roads.
They have not done it.
Wow.
They were supposed to build 2 schools.
How long they been there too?
They've been there over 5 years.
Okay.
They were supposed to build 2 schools. They have not done it. 2 clinics. They have not done it. So
sometimes these concessions are ambiguous in terms of build school, but there's no time limit. There's no time frame for those infrastructure to come up.
Well, all these things should have been done within the first 18 months of their contract, written in the memorandum of understanding between the district and the companies. 5 years gone by, they have not done it. So when the citizens complain, I had to use my oversight. Now, when the letter was put on the floor, the Committee on Forestry decided to pay a visit. During the inspection, they found their logs. They found logs that were cut into the forest. You're talking about 200 years, 300 years trees. And they have not sold them, but they still cutting. We will visit the FDA law concession, and I will make sure that we revisit, we amend. If you're not ready to sell that tree, you will not cut it down.
Right. The speaker and the deputy speaker recently had a meeting with them, with those companies 2 days ago. How did it go?
The two companies refused to turn out.
Why?
Best known to themselves.
That's been disrespectful, though.
Very disrespectful, not only
On
to
the
the
Ford
speaker,
is contempt.
not only to the speaker, but also to the entire House, because the entire House of Representatives accepted
The recommendation
from the committee
right
in the House that looked at and investigated the entire matter, which I have a copy in my hand. One of the things they suggested that all the dead logs,
meaning those ones have been cut
already on the ground, the ones they use on the road, on the bridges, instead of building covert, just covert, they cut 200 years old trees and put it on the little bridges to cross over and make money. When they leave, the community left with nothing.
You're talking about value addition, but instead, when those logs decayed and the place busts up open again.
Imagine, I had to face one about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, because
Why did you put log there too?
I had to put log, no choice, because it disconnected Buchanan, Morovia from the district. No one could come, no one could get out.
Amidst the disrespect, where are we now in terms of finding common ground all the way forward?
The deputy speaker who chaired the meeting a day ago recommended to FDA that FDA needed to call a meeting with those companies and me so that we can find a way forward how they're going to pay the deal
To the people of District 2.
to the people of District.
When is that the meeting?
That meeting will be scheduled when the FDA director, he had time limit, 2 to 3 weeks time, he should call that meeting so that there will be a redress. All I'm asking the two companies in my district is they should do everything that's supposed to be done so that my citizen,
So your citizens are feeling part
yeah, they deprive the citizen, the children,
for those number of years.
yes, no education for them, and they live directly in the concession area. They deprive them from medical. I want to make sure that they get that. One of my suggestions to them was there will be an escrow account set up. The money they owe the district will be placed in there.
In the escrow account.
In the escrow account. I will get a recognized contractor that will do those jobs. I'm not interested in the finance. I'm interested in those things being done.
In the work being done in Grand Bassa County District number 2 representative. Apart from District number 2, now you give us some responsibility of the county. You've been the co-chairperson. By the way, congratulations, Legislative Caucus of Grand Bassa co-chairperson. So now you have to swap in between the 5 electoral districts being the co-chair. What do you bring to the table?
I tell you what, I bring respect, I bring honesty, I bring integrity to the caucus at this point, because we are 3 new lawmakers in there. But what I can say to the Bassa people and the people of District number 2, they should be proud because they will be adequately represented in the caucus, and everything that the PNC is supposed to do with regard to finances, I will make sure.
You love finances, eh?
Well, professionally, I'm an accountant.
You sound tough talking.
So it is not tough talking. What really it is, over the years, the county have been left behind. Bridges that are supposed to have been built, that the previous administration, underneath Chante Vakpe administration, it was not built. Even George Weah, our former president, could not enter the district to campaign because that bridge was not built.
Did you build the bridge?
The bridge is still there.
Okay. And you're going to build it?
I will make sure that
the social capital responsibility to the citizen be done through the company.
It be developed, deliver. The first thing is I'm going to press the issue. The caucus have to make sure.
Are you people united now? Some time ago there was division in the caucus.
Well, I was not there then.
Are you people united now?
We just got elected.
Okay.
So I will give it time. But what I can promise,
you are leading the pro tem of the Liberian Senate too, because she is part of the caucus of Grand Bassa. That's why her being pro tem of the Liberian Senate.
Well, she is a member. I respect her decision.
And you are a leader.
But it's not business as usual.
Okay.
No more. The group that took care of the finances for the county, many projects are not being done. The market grant is supposed to be
holding them accountable for that.
Well, I tell you what.
What?
I will make sure that this caucus audit the last government.
Okay, that's excellent. We will quickly go to the lines. Before doing that, Representative Banks, her name is Clarence T.J. Banks. Is that correct?
J. Clarence T. Banks.
Okay, wow. That's it. So let's know the last time you were here, you talk about the People's Republic of China. That's a good place. And what the people of District 2 stand to benefit from your trip, your latest trip to China?
Well, I can tell you, before I came in the 2023 race, I only seen pictures of our roads.
Right.
I order a front end loader from China, right now in the district.
Really?
It is not just
that yellow machine too. I hope the people ain't gonna say it's the same yellow machine that the president brought in the country.
No.
Oh, okay.
It been there last year. Okay. So I mean they can't say that.
Okay.
Yeah. But
it's in the district now?
It been there since 2023.
Okay.
I think June.
Right.
The thing here is when things happen, it's not just talking.
It's working.
It is making sure that you do what you say.
Okay.
So the machine is there. I'm not going to really disclose here what in the package for District 2.
You keep the package. You keep sealing it up.
Maybe you want to talk about the one in Buchanan?
I have to seal it up because if I can't do it, I would not say it. I want it done before I say something.
Is it something huge?
Is it something very huge?
Well, I would not let the cat out of the bag.
This package. But you promised to do it today?
No. Not today.
He's got that's our District 2 representative. We're going to open the lines, interact with the public. But he's sharing with us the legislative programs and those basic work he's doing up Capitol Hill. And he's advocating for his people. That's why he can do more to talk about the social capital responsibility of companies to the people of District Number 2. He's
Bassa will be audited.
And he said Grand Bassa past administration will be audited. So we'll open the line 0880514-096. 0880514-096. You want to join us on the conversation? You too can be a part of it. District 2 Grand Bassa representative is our guest here on the program. 0880514-096. 077025960. Can we go to the line? Take on this person calling. Hello.
Good evening to you and good evening to your studio guest.
Let's hear you. Your name, where you joining us from?
I am PMB Wise and I do join you from Valley View Community GSA.
Please go ahead.
Let me say thank you of the discussion that is ongoing. Let me also appreciate the Honorable Man for his explanation. I think when you are representing people, the first priority of the leadership should be the interest of the people. So for the fact that he's representing his people, he has the right to advocate for his people and ensure that the right thing is done.
But that's what you're doing.
People get a needed benefit, and that's what he's doing. So I don't know what the FDA board has to congratulations to the speaker. So he's representing the people, and I want to commend him. And I hope he continue in that direction. Lastly, if they return, please let the interest of the Laban people be on the table.
Thanks a lot, my dear brother. Let's take more of the concerns for you, the callers. This person, hello.
Yeah, good evening. This is Adam Andrews. Calling you from Grand Bassa County, Harrisburg, BRA, Grand Bassa Highway. I'm Adam Andrews, National Vice Chair for Mobilization and Recruitment of the Economic Freedom Fighter of
When you feel like all the other position all the time gone. Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, I actually want to tell the lawmaker in studio, thank you for the level of work so far, because he just gonna fix one. But I want to draw your attention to the district.
Right.
The district is lacking high school. As we speak, we only got one high school, which is in the Harrisville town, like
Fortsville
area, and then the people from the Toulouse-Bill, the Go-Bill, the people from the BIA bill, all the way going in the number 2 way where the company presides. Those children is lacking education. I'm appealing to the lawmaker to fight, because those children don't have high school there, no even daycare or secondary school there. So I'm appealing to the lawmaker. You should prioritize the education of those.
Okay, prioritize education. We'll take this person to, or he listen to that. Hello? Let's find out what will come to the lawmaker.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, Direct. Good evening to your studio guest. My name is Hussein. I am Hussein Keo, and I'm from around District 2 in Jacobtown, where Representative Civil Cannons represent the people. I listen to the lawmaker. Let me say many thanks to you for the effort the plan thus far. On Tuesday, Wakanda submitted 2 bills, and that bill has been sent to committee room. I'm asking you, will you please support Wakanda in ensuring that this bill is passed to benefit District 2, not only District 2, but MPDC. MPDC is a technical vocational center, but you have been challenged with the issue of funding because they have not get us practice.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot. When we come back, we'll do those things, because today we're close, and those are bills went to committee room. Let's come back to the representative. Time is not just in our favor, and you listen to the concerns.
Demand for school. Huh?
Yeah, demand for school. Yeah, school, as a matter of fact.
The first thing is education is one of my priority. But in any society, when you do not have infrastructure, education is nothing. You can put the best school here. If there is no infrastructure rules, so that people will be able to go there to school, as all of our roads are deplorable, that school will have nobody in it.
So you'll make the compound that place that we want to see in terms of infrastructural development, the civil compound?
That is one of the major goal on my ticket. Secondly, with school, I have started visiting all the schools already. I was in St. John, I was in BIA, where I served as guest speaker, and those schools, those are broken, schools are dirty, some of them no cafeteria. So I'm going to see what I can do so that we can give it some facelift before September school open. I cannot understand when we in this country believe in God. The Lord said, where there is no knowledge, that land will perish. The citizen in that land will perish. Our past administration,
you don't want District 2 to perish.
With the 6 years they gave me, District 2 will not perish in those 6 years. I will try.
Okay, let's close up because we have to wind down the curtains. Is that something we didn't touch you want to speak on as you now go on your break? What are you going to be doing on your break?
Working.
Oh, you be swallowing Doma? Because I'm told in District 2 they swallow Doma there.
Not really, not really swallowing Doma.
Okay.
I will be leaving for the United States. I will be leaving from the United States to China. I will be leaving from China to Germany so that I can make some arrangement for the district.
Cementing relationship.
Who can help in the process? It doesn't mean that you will get a helper.
So you see your break to just travel?
It's better to help.
So
to ask.
Okay.
So those are some of the plans that I have on the few weeks that we have. I want the district people to be patient. Rome was not built overnight, but one thing I can tell them, they should trust my leadership.
Should trust your leadership.
They should trust my leadership.
Well, thanks a lot. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
Her name is Representative Clara J. Representative J. Clarence T. Banks. So what's the T for?
T-Penny.
T-Penny. What's the meaning of that?
My grandfather's name.
And what's the meaning of that?
It's a traditional name anyway.
It's tradition. We'll not go there.
Well, great time here together. Grand Bassa District 2 Representative Ben, our guest. He's been chit-chatting on the issue relative to his workings in the legislature. And he said he will continue his advocacy for the people of Grand Bassa Electoral District number 2. We did tell him congratulations on his preferment in the election as the co-chair of the Legislative Caucus, where the pro tem of the Liberian Senate is a member. Western Milton Philly, Senator Philly, is the chairperson of the caucus. It's been a wonderful conversation. The next time we're back here will be on Thursday, God's willing, but we have closed for our second quarter, and our third quarter we will be resuming in October. Well, the speaker gave you the statistical report. There have been 35 sitting. Today was the 19th day sitting, so there have been other executive sections. We have four bills that got passed. We have 21 left in committee rooms. My name is Rapport Hayes.